to Detroit and Ford Field as we anticipate a terrific matchup in this one. Hello and welcome to Mercedes-Benz Stadium, home of the Falcons here in Atlanta, Georgia. As we'll see a playoff team from last year, the Texas A&M Aggies, taking on the 21st ranked team in the land, the Duke Blue Devils. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. The Aggies about to kick it away and get this season started. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Duke's offense will get first crack at it today. To the air on first down. Finds the tight end. No chance to run, but they still move it forward. The Blue Devils with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Second down, they'll go to the air. He lets it fly. Oh, right through his hands. They came out attacking, wanted to impose their will, and they missed a big chance on that one. And the Blue Devils are at the line looking to convert on third and short. Setting up the screen. Nice move there. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's first down at the 38. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw it. Quickly to the tight end. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Blue Devils in a good spot here with second and short. The give to the back. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. They have it at the 43, third and short, trying to avoid making a decision on fourth down. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going for it all. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down. And the Blue Devils line up to punt it away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Hauls it in, looking for space. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. So Texas A&M's offense will take the field for the first time. And Jesse, if there is an old war horse, a real war daddy in the training facility, here he is, back to run the show again.
That's a great point. There is no substitute for experience. There is a lot of expectation for this football team and for this offense because of that guy. And because of all the big stages and all the big moments he's already played through in his career. A lot of people are really excited, David, because he has seen a lot of ball.
All the ball, all the defenses, has rid the emotion of being really high and really low. And so those experiences, those scars, they matter. They trust in him, and everybody on this offense is looking to him.
Fires to the middle. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep. And the Aggies really need to keep this drive alive on third down. To the ground to try to pick up the first. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. They've got it at the 37. It's first and 10. Looking downfield, it's Ramsey. It's complete to the right. Breaks into the open. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17.
Get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon, and he's putting his defense on alert early.
Rumbles all the way down to the 6-yard line before he goes out of bounds, and he gives him a first and goal. Up to 44 yards rushing. What a way to get this season started. They'll try to get it in with the run. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Looking to buy time. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. About to have the 9th snap on this drive. You don't want to settle for a field goal. Wants to throw for it on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Aggie! Quick strike through the air for the score. They're on the board first here in the season opener.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
And he's going to bring it out. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down, 2nd down coming. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. They ripped off 7 on that one. Now a 3rd down and 3. The Blue Devils are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. Trying to escape and get it himself. He felt the heat trying to get away, but down he goes. He'll lose a yard or 2. And the Blue Devils will send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Books it all the way in, and now turns his attention upfield. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 30. Power football with the run. Brought down at the 46, but he got 10 on the play.
When you think Texas A&M football, man, you think running the football all the way back to the R.C. Slocum, a great Aggie head coach. You just want to be the more physical team. You want to be imposing your will. This guy right here toting the rock has the ability to wear and grind on defenses. He brings that physical presence to this offense.
How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
Oh, lack of concentration that time by the receiver. If he catches it, it's going to be a 1st down. You just have to look that ball in. Do what you do every single day in practice. In your sleep, that's a bad break for the offense early.
That's a really good break on the football. He sees the ball come out, and he hits it right as he's catching it. Nice job of dislodging the football from the receiver. That's a good play by the defensive back.
The incomplete pass makes this series end in frustration as they turn it over on downs. Quick completion to the right. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires to the big fella. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. got it behind the line. It's Bobo. Now the connection takes it to the 11. The Blue Devils come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Caught in the backfield, it's Gideon. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Duke! Precision blocking up front, created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
And they did tack on the extra point, by the way, and knocked it right down the middle. On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. They'll move the wide receiver. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
And a good pickup there. They'll move the sticks for a first down. Let's see if they try to get another snap before the quarter expires. Absolutely nothing settled. Deadlocked after one period of play as we have a look at the stats. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Looking to throw, it's Ramsey. He's got an open man. They get him down at the 49, but not before he picks up 15. It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. They go to the ground. Stopped in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of 2.
And what you talk about on defense is speed, is penetration, getting in the backfield, making something happen. And you could tell they got in there so quick. The offense couldn't recover, couldn't do anything with them. Nice job getting the tackle for Legacy.
Guys, let's take a minute here and talk about Texas A&M. They start the season in the top 10. Ideal position to make a run. But what do they need to avoid?
Well, I think you avoid the talks about me and where we're at, because that doesn't matter. This team's got a lot to prove. It's a very talented team, but they got to start the season off fast. That first impression makes a big deal in all these voters, Jesse.
Yeah, I think a lot of these players are hungry to prove that top 10 ranking is legit. But talking to some of their guys too, David, they actually feel like they're not ranked high enough. They actually feel disrespected being where they are, which is pretty amazing considering this is already a really great jumping point. I can't wait to see how they play today.
And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. Finds his man. It's Gideon. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down. And the Blue Devils can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. They'll go to the ground. It's loose. Ball bounced right to him, and he's on the move. He's dragged down to the ground, but what a play there. Scoops up the loose football and moves the chains. Off the play fake on first down to throw. And he's brought down after a nice gain. From inside the 40 at the 37, it's first down. Off the play fake. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. So now it's second and long. Looking to fire. Here's the pressure. Pulls it in. It's Gideon. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on the...
A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Blue Devils. They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on
It's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Not going to get a return here. They'll bring it out to the 25 as the kickoff sails through the back of the end zone. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Off play action. Oh, they're after him. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Got his man downfield. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. He just brought some serious energy, making that huge play and getting it all the way down to the 23-yard line. Wide receiver comes in motion. Incomplete. Man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception. Guys, let's take a second here and think about Texas A&M. At some point, with all of the transfer portal talk and guys going in and out, lets it fly deep downfield. Can't hang on in the end zone, and that one is going to drive him crazy when he watches it. It'll be 3rd down. And now this offense will try to figure out a way to move the chains after that 2nd down incompletion. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now it looks as if they'll settle for the field goal try. And this one will be a 40-yard try from the left hash. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. They'll put the ball in play from just inside their own 40 at the 39. From the gun, the ground game. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep him honest, take him chunk by chunk.
They get to him as he throws. And the pass is incomplete, but it might not matter. Flag is down, and it looks as if the defense was roughing up that receiver.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
So after the flag, a fresh set of downs for the offense. It's 1st and 10. Right back to him on the ground. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one.
Oh, he's got some space. They finally get to him. And what a play there to pick up the 1st down.
Well, this offense knew coming into this game they wanted to try to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and they're able to execute the in route there.
A&M comes back out with another 1st down. Quick pass on the fly motion. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if we can just get him out of the spot.
looking to throw. It's Ramsey. Unloads to the wideout. He's got it and still on his feet. Touchdown, Texas A&M. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. Looking downfield on first down. He lets one fly deep. Fakes the grab to the 25, and there's room. Huge plays like that can change the complexion of a game, and he's got it at the 22-yard line. The defense's head may still be spinning. They're just outside the red zone now. 1st and 10 from the 22. What powerful running, just driving the pile forward for everything he could get. He'll be just a few inches short. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Might as well stick with him. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Line gets set, 1st down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. He just couldn't hold his water long enough in the line of scrimmage. It'll be a penalty.
False start of offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Back behind the chains, 1st and 15. He's looking to throw. Grabbed in the middle. It's McGooligan. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play, in prime position for a score. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. And that's going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. Looking for the 1st down. Texas A&M lines up on 4. Offense changing the play. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Looking for the score. Touchdown, Aggies. Fit it in the window for the score.
The great thing about spreading a defense out, I can see where the blitz is coming from. I can see where they're weak. I can see my matchups. Nice job by the offense. Spread them out, taking advantage of their matchup, and getting in for the score.
First play of the drive comes from the 22. Wants to throw. It's Ramsey. It's complete on the right side. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Give to the running back. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. How important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Texas A&M will have to boot it away. 2nd time today they've been forced to punt. He looks it in and makes the pick. So the Texas A&M offense returns to the field. They went 3 and out last time. Now they'll look for some plays that work. Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line. The Aggies can really attack on this 2nd and short.
Late in football games, I have a plan. I want to run the football. I want to put my quarterback in great situations if I do throw it. Low risk, keep that clock moving, get a few first downs, and if I get a few first downs with that clock moving, I get the W and get out of here.
Takes it from the gun on third down. He's got it inside the 30. Flying out to the left. Touchdown, Aggie. And once he got away from the knee, they had no shot at catching him.
Yeah, and that's simple, but it's not easy. It's a go route. Like that receiver streaking straight down the outside of the field, and my job as a quarterback is to put that ball up in the air, keep it away from the safety. He does just that. Receiver comes down with the catch. Nice pitch, nice catch.
So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. And when you've been around a while, as this guy has behind center, you expect this type of performance, and boy, has he delivered. And the QB has more than had his way just lighting up this... Turning it on! Just gashing this defense, a big gainer to the 40-yard line. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. Quick timeout call by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get it done.
Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. Got his man on the right. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost, trying to defend their own end zone. And he was fortunate to get that one back to the line of scrimmage at the 5. No gain on the play. They lost ground on first down. Now second and goal from the 5. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. This offense has gone haywire on these last two plays in the red zone. Can they set things right on third and goal? Big fella moving. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Aggie!
And you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
PAT unit on the field. And that extra point is a big one as they now have a 3-possession, 17-point lead in the fourth. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. Off the play fake on first down. And they can't make the connection.
The offense came into this game knowing that for them to win, they were going to have to make some big plays throwing the football. That just has not been the case. Here in the fourth quarter, they've been held to less than 200 passing yards, and that's really the story of the game, guys.
It's incomplete, and I tell you, this sophomore quarterback's lucky to get that one back. Now on 3rd and 10, if they can move the chains here, maybe they can get this drive started. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got it. He gets it so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. On 4th down, looking for the completion. And they get to him and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop the drive on downs. With the game in hand, the offense choosing to just have the quarterback take a knee. Coming into this one, we wondered whether these guys were a little bit overrated, and certainly they did nothing to dispel that notion.
They were playing angry today, and I know talking to some of their players, David, coming into this game, they felt like they were being disrespected. A lot of people thought their opponent might get them today, so they took this opportunity to make a statement and make an example out of their opponent.
And those are fun moments in the locker room, aren't they, Jesse? Like, everybody's doubting us. Nobody thinks we can win. It's really easy to motivate that type of squad. They played motivated. They played a little ticked off. I'm here for it. I love it. I love the excitement, the adrenaline, the emotion, and they earned a big dub today.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.